Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden did it. He's our next president.
I will always remember where I was when I heard the news. I was sitting in front of the TV like I had been 24 hours a day for the past 5 days.
People were dancing in the streets like Ewoks after they blew up the Death Star. Darth Tax Evader has been toppled.
People were singing Sweet Caroline, which was genius, because any celebration that's singing Sweet Caroline isn't going to get broken up by the cops.
After 4 years, Americans can exhale. Unless you're near other people, then please don't, because of the pandemic.
I have to say, even I'm surprised at just how relieved I am that we don't have to suffer through another 4 years of Donald Trump, the single most annoying human being on the face of the earth. Even if you put aside everything else about him, the racism, venality, cruelty, corruption, mendacity, vindictiveness, and flagrant disregard for any life other than his own, he is still just a world historically irritating man.
You could tell things are already getting back to normal. This morning on my way to work, I saw 2 New Yorkers giving each other the finger, and it had nothing to do with politics. Isn't that great? So sweet.
It's actually cool that it happened on a Saturday morning, right? Because think about it. Normally it happens on like a Tuesday, Wednesday. You just got to be at home. But now people could soak it in. They heard the news while they were out with their families or going out for a walk or getting coffee. I mean, one guy even found out on the golf course.
President Trump was not at the White House when he learned he'd lost it. He was golfing in Virginia, driven home past his critics cheering.
Never a good sign when the majority of Americans react to you losing your job the way they did to us getting bin Laden. It feels like America is, what's the word? Great again.
He's not going to win this. Even he knows that, but he also can't admit he lost because he's a poorly raised little monster who was born a millionaire. But every other losing candidate for president found it within themselves to concede.
After the good news was announced, President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris took to the stage in Delaware. First up was Kamala Harris. This is a big deal. Harris is the first female vice president, the first black vice president, the first South Asian vice president, the first vice president to pull off a kick-ass all-white power suit. Though to be fair for Trump, every suit is a white power suit.
Processing a loss like this is going to take time. I mean, this is the first time he's ever failed at anything besides his casinos, his airline, his mortgage, Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump Magazine, Donald Jr., Eric, etc. They keep saying, give him time, and we will give him time. He has until January 19th, then he's out.
One of the things I found about this job is that I tend to reflect back the national tone, and that tone comes from the top. The president's only emotions are angry, look at me, and I'm angry, you're not looking at me. And because he was the only thing we were focused on for the last 4 years, and this is entirely my responsibility, I've done harsher jokes than I've ever done in my entire life.